Good morning, everyone. Today, we will learn something more about the soundproofing materials. For that, you need student book page number 62 and 63. Why we need soundproofing materials? We already know that some sounds are very bad for our ears and we don't need those sounds to reach our ears. For that purpose, we will use the soundproofing materials. The soundproofing materials will block the sound from entering our ears in some ways. Some materials can prevent sound from traveling through them. Those types of materials are called soundproofing materials. For example, here you can see the wooden flooring. But this wood cannot be said as a soundproofing material because the sound can travel very well through this wood. So if there is some sound that is made on this wood, it will travel to the other side, letting the sound coming in the next room or next place. But if we keep some carpet on that wooden floor, it can reduce the amount of sound that is passing because the carpet can prevent the sound from traveling through them. How the soundproofing material is working? Can you look at this picture, everyone? You can see a soundproofing material here. And you can see that the sound is coming in a high volume from one side. When it passes through the soundproofing material, what is happening? Sometimes the sound may stop here. It will not go outside this material, or according to the materials that we are using, it may stop the sound there, or it may make the sound in a lower volume and let the sound in a smaller range. Before it was coming as a big volume and it was coming in a big volume. When it was passing through the soundproofing material, the sound will get absorbed by this material and will go outside as a low volume sound, or it can be stopped there itself when we are using some type of soundproofing material. So soundproofing materials work by absorbing the sounds and preventing the vibrations from traveling through them. What you can see here in this picture is the sound vibrations. The sound will move like this. Once it go inside the soundproofing material, it will absorb the sound. And depending on the material that we are using, either the sound will stop there. That means that material will not let the sound to go outside of that material, or the, the volume of sound will get reduced when it go outside that material. It will depend on what material that we are using as the soundproofing material. When a material is not letting the sound pass through it, we say that the material prevent the transmission of sound. Say with me, transmission. Transmission means passing of something from one place to another. Here we are talking about the transmission of sound means passing of sound from one place to another. When we are using the soundproof materials, that materials are preventing the transmission of sound. That means it is preventing the passage of sound or passing of sound from one place to another. Soundproofing materials can prevent the transmission of sound. Can you look at this picture? You can see that some soundproofing materials are attached to the wall here. That means if we keep these soundproofing materials here and some sounds are coming this way, these materials will prevent the passing of sound to the other side. That is called, it is preventing the transmission of sound. It is preventing the passing of sound from one side to the other side. Now we have seen the example of alarm clock in the last class, right? When the alarm clock is ringing loudly and if you have kept the alarm clock nearby you, the sound of the ringing will be loud, right? So what will happen if you put the alarm under your pillow? Yes, if you put the alarm under your pillow, the sound of the alarm ringing will be reduced. Here, the pillow is working as a small soundproofing material, and we will say that the sound is muffled when we are keeping the alarm under the pillow. What is called muffled? Yes, making a loud sound to a low sound in some way. That is called muffle. When we are saying that the sound is muffled, we are meaning that the sound that is made there, if that is a loud sound, it is becoming a low sound in some way. Here, by the use of the pillow, we are covering the alarm using the pillow, right? When we are doing so, this pillow is absorbing the sound and making the loud sound a low sound. So again I am having a question here. How the sound is muffled in this example? The sound is muffled because the pillow absorbs the sound vibrations. Muffle means making a loud sound to a small sound or a low sound. And I said you before, here the pillow is absorbing the sound. When it absorbs the sound, it will not let the sound vibrations to go outside. And we cannot say the pillow as a very big soundproofing material. That means still there will be some sound that is going outside. So, in this lesson, we are learning two new words. What are the two new words? The first one is transmission. What is the meaning of transmission? Passing or transferring something from one place to another. We are learning about the sound, so we are saying that transmission of sound. Transmission of sound means passing of sound from one place to another. And if we are saying that soundproofing materials prevents the transmission of sound means soundproofing materials prevents the passing of sound from one place to another. And the second word that we have learned from this lesson is muffle. What does that mean? Yes, making a loud sound to a small or low sound by blocking the sound in some way. In the last example, the sound of the alarm ringing was muffled using a pillow. Now we are going to see some of the soundproofing materials. What you can see in this picture is very much familiar for you, right? The first one is curtain and the second one is carpet. We have learned that these two materials can keep the sound inside the room, not letting it go outside. Or if I'm talking about the case of curtain, it will block some of the sound that is coming from outside. But in these two cases, even though we can say that they are soundproofing materials, we cannot say that it will block all the sound. It will block some of the sound. Now, what you are seeing in this picture is the wall soundproofing. This is two ways or two type of wall soundproofing material that is available, and there are a lot more of types that is available in the market. Using this, we can block the sound from getting inside the room or leaving the room. In the last example, when we said about the curtain and the carpets, it is a soundproofing material, but it cannot block the sound fully. But in these cases, we can block the sound fully. There are many more varieties of soundproofing materials available. So these are some examples for soundproofing materials that we use for the walls. We can use these type of materials even for the roofs inside the room. So this is the way how the soundproofing material is working. Here you can see a normal wall. This is the normal wall, and when we are saying that we are soundproofing a wall, that means we are adding so many layers of different materials to make it absorb the sound and not letting the sound travel through that. If you want to have a deeper look, we can see different layers. All these layers, when we attach all these layers to the normal wall, these materials will block the sound from traveling through them. There are different names for every layer that we use in soundproofing, but for now we don't want to learn about all these names. We just want to know that we can soundproof the room using different soundproofing materials, and this is done by attaching different layers of materials onto the wall. And the same things is happening when we are soundproofing the floor also. We are attaching so many extra layers that can help us to soundproof the room. We cannot use every material just like that. There are certain materials that can help us to block the sound. We will add these type of material in different layers, and that can help us to block the sound. Now, this is the soundproofing in a cinema hall. If you look closer, you can see the walls of the cinema hall is soundproofed. Even the floor is soundproof, and the roof also is soundproof. That means no sound will go outside this room or no sound will come inside this room. What is playing? If there is any cinema playing inside this room, that will be the only sound we can hear. That is the same case in a recording studio also. No sound will come out from outside. Only the sound that we are making to record the song will be the sound that is happening there. You have one homework for today, that is workbook page number 53. You have to look this picture carefully and you have to label all the noise problems that you can see. I will give you an example. Here you can see one man is walking, right? And there is no soundproofing materials kept there. So what is happening? All the sounds are coming down. So that can be said as a noise problem, right? And here some people are talking. So there is nothing here as a soundproofing material. So all the sounds are going to the next floor. If it is an important meeting and they are saying something that nobody else wanted to know, but because there is no soundproofing material, whatever things they are saying is going outside the room. And that are some of the problems that I can see in this picture. You have to find more the things and you have to circle it. And all the places doesn't need exact soundproofing material. Some places needs only the carpet, or some places need only the curtain. And if it is very important place, we can use the exact soundproofing materials. So this is the next part of the homework. What you have to do here, you have to find the solutions and add the soundproofing materials or the techniques you want to add here. I hope you have learned something more about soundproofing material from this lesson. Thank you.